Mr. Harry Shotta, one of the most respected drum and bass MCs on the planet, come to speak to us. I would say so, yeah. Got a lot of respect out there, haven't you?
Universal love from the aliens and everybody, mate.
Definitely. But yeah, so born out of hip hop.
Yeah.
Drum and bass, would you say that it's changed your life?
Yeah, man, drum and bass, it's mad for me because drum and bass has kind of changed my life in two ways. First of all, just as someone who just like got hooked to the music. I remember like a mate, because I like jungle, but I wasn't massively into it. And then a mate played me a tape from Telepathy when I was still in school, and it was actually Skibbity and Shabba MCing. And it just blew my mind, brother. I had to go and see it. So when I was of age to go, I went to my first Fever event, and I was just like addicted to going to drum and bass raves after that. So I was making my hip hop stuff, and I was just raving to drum and bass. But through my love for drum and bass, someone asked me who I wanted to collaborate with one time, and obviously I said Skibbity. He's always been one of my favourite MCs. And the thing is, done so many tracks with him, hip-hop stuff and stuff like that. And then he was kind of rolling with Fun as well. He was a real old friend of mine, do you know what I mean? And they were both like, yo, you need to come in on this drum and bass, especially Fun. He was like, you need to get in on this. So at Carnival, I don't know, about 6 years ago now, Fun brought me on stage, and the rest kind of just snowballed from there, man. It's just been mad busy from there. Obviously, that year, I put out a mixtape that got 100,000 downloads. I put out a freestyle video, a drum and bass one on YouTube that's now got 2 million hits.
Wow.
And then, obviously, I think it was about a year and a half after that, I sort of won the award for the best breakthroughs. So really, I would say it's definitely changed my life. Number one, from a musical perspective, being exposed to going out and partying to it. But then, obviously, career-wise, it was like this whole new world sort of opened up to me. You know, in terms of drum and bass, it's so global, and if you can kind of reach the upper echelons of it, you know, you get to play so many festivals. I mean,
sure.
I've been overseas so much this year, and it's a blessing, bro. So it's definitely changed my life in more ways than one.
Yeah, so out of, you know, from an up-and-coming MC, and then, you know, like the top 10 MC kind of, you know, A-star lineup was already set.
Yeah.
For you to climb those ranks, was that a difficult challenge, or do you think you was accepted by the scene? Because I know that it's difficult to break through, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to break through. I think with me, I was just very respectful of everyone that had come before me. Do you know what I mean? I grew up listening to these guys, and I was like very respectful to them in the way I kind of came into the scene and the way I kind of conduct myself in the scene as well. I always try to keep things humble. I'm not coming into a scene from like hip hop and then telling them how to do it or anything like that. I'm not dictating anything. I'm just blessed to be there. And I personally just got on with everybody. It wasn't a problem for me. Like everybody from, you know, you guys like Trigger, for obviously Skibber and Fun, they brought me in. Then down to Shabba, I got on really well with Shabba, and then Evil B and X-Man and Foxy and all the new breed guys embraced me as well. So, you know, Fat Man, everybody, I never really had a problem with it. But I think it is how you kind of conduct yourself as well. And I think it is about being humble and just being, you know, being grateful to be part of such a massive scene that's worldwide that can help you kind of, you know, work your way through the politics that might be there if you come in it a bit different, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, in terms of like the Harry Shotta show as well that you do like alongside Fantasy. Yeah, man. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that? Yeah, the Harry Shotta show was something we came up with about 3 years ago, I think, and it was just built out of the fact that I was doing so much. I was still doing my stuff on SPTV and you won extras and, you know, all the Kiss and all that kind of stuff. I was still doing my artist thing as well as performing in the raves. So Fantasy was like, we need to try and incorporate this into some sort of show. So first thing we did was kind of mix grime with drum and bass. We'd do like a grime tune, then go into a drum and bass like VIP of it. And then we got a beatboxer involved who would come on and mimic, say, a Hazard record, or who would mimic like a big house record or grime record or dubstep tune that was out at the time. And then we brought in a hype man as well. So there's two of us on the stage. So I'm obviously killing it with the bars, doing my thing with that, but then he's hyping up the crowd. And we made it really sharp and really like, we really put a lot of work into the rehearsals and stuff like that to make it be professional. And I think one of our highlights was doing Westfest last year. We done the main stage. And it was just crazy, and it was the response was so good that the guys at Slamming had actually asked us back this year to do the main stage again, which is a massive stage, man. So Harry Shotta show is growing all the time, and we're growing it as well. We're not just being complacent with it. We're trying to make it better all the time. We're trying to sharpen it up. We just did one show in Germany on Saturday, and it was like one of the best ones we've done. So it's always improving, always getting better. I just think it's good for the ravers as well, and good for the scene for them to put something else on the flyer or something else on the night that's a little bit different. Yeah, a bit unique. The DJ MC sets are great. I love doing them, but it's nice to actually put on a show and something a little bit different. And obviously play your own music in it as well. Absolutely. Because if I'm actually working with a DJ, obviously it's his selections, it's what he chooses to play, and I'm going to compliment the DJ. That's what we're there for. But in terms of having your own show, you can perform your own music, which is great. And actually, like, obviously me and Fantasy work on it together, but, you know, I have a lot of say in the music that goes into it as well, which obviously you don't get the freedom of that with a normal DJ MC set. So, no, it's really good and it's working well, man. Absolutely. Maybe next year you could do a little performance for us at the Bass Music Awards. We'd love to do that. We'd love to do that, man. Let's make that happen. We've got it on record. Yeah, definitely. That'd be
be sick.
Yeah, for sure. And then like you've done a lot of mixtapes in the past. I'm partial to a Harry Shotta mixtape. And yeah, so you've got an EP coming out very soon. So that's in production, is it?
Yeah, what it is, I did like there's quite a lot in production actually. I've done 2 hip-hop mixtapes which have received really well, and we've done a load of videos and stuff like that, and I've also done about 4 drum and bass mixtapes now, all full of new bars. Space Jump 1 and 2 with Rough Stuff, Bang Out of Order with Mackie G, and then we just done one with Fantasy all year round.
And it's non-stop rapping, isn't it?
Pretty much. I mean, obviously if we play a vocal tune, the rule, never spit over a vocal, I won't do that. But you know, it is pretty much like, boy, it's 40 to 60 minutes of new bars, so it's a lot of material. So another thing we do, obviously with the show now, we're actually going to do a Harry Shotta Show album. So tracks that we're performing in the show, we're working on that as well, and that's going to be kind of across the whole bass music spectrum. Do you know what I mean? Drum and bass will be probably 60 to 70% of it, but you are going to get us experimenting with some electro. You are going to get some more like 140 stuff. So that's in place, and I'm just going to work on another hip hop EP as well, man.
Wow.
So I'm just in the studio, in the grind.
Busy.
I released a book as well, man. I released a book recently that become like a #1 like seller in rap music on Amazon.
Wow.
Did really well on the iBooks chart and stuff, that was like just basically the story behind my last mixtape. So all kind of things going on, man. I just like to stay busy and just I'm always in that work mode, man. It's hard to kind of get out of the work mode. You need to every now and again have a little break.
Absolutely, yeah. A few holidays here and there.
Yeah, man, definitely. But yeah, I've got that focus at the moment. I've just got that drive. So while I've got it, I'm gonna just do as much as I can, man. Do you know what I mean?